So Novation deals with tenants. Okay, now most of the deals that we do are owner occupied. Normally we don't get a lot of vacant ones, and the tenant ones, I'll be honest, it kind of sucks, right? Because it does add a new layer of complication. But we just had a good teachable moment. One of my new closers, Adrian, shout out to him. He's got 2 new deals where both of them had issues with tenants, and we just handled it. And I think this will be helpful, especially people that are doing like landlord lists where they're dealing with a lot of tenants. It's super crucial how you handle it. And I'll give you kind of my framework, and I'm probably going to add this to the course, but I'm just going to give you guys the sauce like raw right now, just because like literally we just had these 2 phone calls. So here's the first thing. You want to make sure that you establish communication with the tenants early. You need to open up the lines of communication, and you need to do a bit of like a discovery phase with them, where you need to draw some hard lines, but you also need to open up the conversation for them to tell you what their needs are, so you can then go and provide the perfect solution. So it's the same framework with the discovery. You need someone to open up before you know how you can help them, right? So the conversation went kind of like this. So here, I'll tell you the backstory real quick. So we had a realtor show up, and one of the properties, like the guy was like, "What's going on?" Da, da, da. The tenant, even though he knew he was coming, but I guess they had a bad experience where the owner tried to sell it like a year ago and it didn't go through, and they were scrambling trying to find the place. I won't get into the weeds on this story, but here's the framework. You want to open up communication. So it's like, "Hey, Mr. Tenant, hey, my name's Rich. I'm working with the company that's under contract with the landlord, and my job basically is just to open up the lines of communication with us. We are moving forward with everything, but I just kind of wanted to just hear kind of where you guys are coming from and how we can possibly make this as pleasant as possible." So you need to get them to start spilling the beans on what their situation is. Okay, so this last one that we had, their situation was the wife was a CPA. It's tax season, she's super busy. The husband was a contractor, right? And basically, one, they need to know that you are serious and you're moving forward. Like, that's the line you got to draw. But then the second line is like basically, "Hey, just tell me about your situation." And this is how I always frame it. I don't frame it as "we're going to do this, this, and this." I say, in the past, we've helped people with moving expenses. We've helped people put down their deposit. We've helped people even pay their first month's rent. When people are cooperative and make everything easy for us, we really try to go out of our way to make, follow the golden rule and make things as pleasant as possible, right? So I always frame it as these are things that we've done in the past, not this is what we're going to do for you. And I also draw the hard line of like, "Hey, look, if they're giving me crap and stuff, it's like, hey, look, we're moving forward with this, and the last thing I want to do is get lawyers involved and evictions and everything like that. Like, I really, really hope we, don't want to go that route. But I would much rather, pay you guys than pay some lawyer, right?" So you have to first find out what the situation is, and then you just let them know all their concerns. And this is what it normally comes down to. They don't want to look for a place. They don't have money to move, and the rent's going to be higher than what they're paying. Because normally, if there's a landlord that's selling, it's normally under market rent. So you need to systematically address those things. But the important thing on the call is you have to be a good listener, because then you can actually find out what's going on.